My name is Bibin Babu. I'm the co-founder of PAYCIO. We are a crypto payments super app. I'm going to promote my product later on, but I'm actually here to talk today about how do we get the next 1 billion people onto crypto. Uh, this is one of the most popular statements. It says that future is already here. It's just not evenly distributed. And it's actually very right for crypto. And a lot of people, a lot of experts lately have been saying that crypto is new, it's a new industry, Web3 is a new industry, we need to mature, etc., etc. On the other hand, we actually at PAYCIO believe that if we look at when Bitcoin started, it's almost a decade and a half. For Ethereum, it's almost a decade. So we are definitely not a new industry. We're definitely not a new technology. But at the same time, there have been a few choke points which has been stopping mass adoption of crypto slash Web3 slash blockchain. I'm going to talk about that in my talk. And there's one important thing which we have, if you have realized, if you look back, if you talk about technology advancements, in one way or the other, every time, payment has been a very, very important aspect to it. If you talk about online cab bookings, if payments were not simple, it was not simple to use, you wouldn't have been ever able to do cab bookings that easily. It would never be mass adopted. Online payments, the digital payments and the killing of cash wouldn't have ever happened if the digital payments wouldn't have got easier. So I personally very staunchly believe that if payments get sorted eventually even at the crypto space, that's what is going to lead to mass adoption. I'm going to talk about a few choke points that's very obvious in our crypto space. One, the first and most important one, it is super inconvenient for a non-crypto native guy to even use today a crypto wallet. First, they need to identify which wallet, then they need to identify which chain, then they need to identify which asset is going to be actually something which they can depend on. It's super inconvenient. It's expensive. That's the second one. It's expensive for the businesses. It's expensive for the consumers. Of course, regulations and compliances add to the challenge. Not every country is as favorable as UAE to crypto and Web3, right? I have really high regards for the UAE government for making it very conducive for Web3 companies to be functioning here. And hopefully in the near future, even the US would follow, and other countries. And there's one important reason for which the businesses don't really are able to accept crypto for payments is because the people who are making payments to them for a service or for a product, they're anonymous. It's just one random wallet address. And that's a major problem. And plus, the businesses have to actually manage so many wallets and then consolidate into their financial books. Overall, it's a super complex user experience for the business and for the consumer. Let me ask you also one question. How many of you even today feel comfortable deleting any of your wallets which has money, crypto wallets which has money, whilst you're changing a phone? There is a survey which says that 74% of crypto users would not want to uninstall their app even whilst changing their phone. Because it's a tedious process, they might just lose their money as well. But having said that, we need to actually learn a few things from Web2 payments. And something which has happened really, really well in the Web2 payment space in the last decade is real-time payment methods. Take an example of UPI, which is in India, Unified Payment Interface. It has got 130 billion transactions since the time it got launched in 2016. It has close to 350 million people using it on a monthly basis. I'm a huge fan of PIX, which is in Brazil. In the last 4 years alone, they clocked close to 43 billion transactions. And it's all because it's made the entire payment system has become so simple to use. Prompt in Thailand. They achieved 8 billion transactions in a very, very fast time. Now, you might be thinking I'm talking about developing economies and not about developed. Then look at Sweden. The Swish mechanism that they have, the Swiss payment method, has gathered almost a billion transactions in the last couple of years. And these are consumer transactions and not business transactions alone. So if the summary is that the consumer payment preference is the ultimate king. But do we have something like that in crypto payments? The answer is no. I'm going to justify. But having said that, let's see what's happening in the crypto space. So a lot of governments have been trying and experimenting with CBDCs, which is actually kind of creating a new unified standard for global payments. But have we reached there? The answer is no, not yet. But yes, there are a lot of things happening in this space. And looking at this, we at PAYCIO built a patented proprietary tech called as UCPI. It's Unified Crypto Payment Interface, actually inspired by what is done in India by UPI. So at UCPI, we enable crypto payments using a unique identifier across chains, and that is also verifiable by existing real-time payment methods in the fiat part of the world as well. So what we're trying to do with this is what UPI did to the 1.4 billion people of India. We're trying to do that to the world. Now, one of the most important thing, which can actually get you to mass adoption, not just by businesses, also by consumers, is the payment cost. So if you look at the fiat cost, which the businesses pay, for example, in the US, is anywhere about 2% and goes up to 3% when they're actually accepting Visa, MasterCard, and other payment rails. That's quite a money. Maybe it's not a great money, a lot of money for big organizations, but it's definitely a lot of money for small companies and SMEs. And when you talk about consumers, you might be thinking that using the card is super simple. There are reward cards, but let me say that reward cards are not really that rewarding, especially when they end up paying, adding surcharges, et cetera, et cetera. Now let's see what's happening at the crypto space. In the last decade, we are actually doing really well. So thanks to all of you, all the layer ones, the layer twos, the roll-ups, and people who have ended up actually ensuring that the transaction fees actually comes down. So much so that today our transaction fees on a crypto payment or a crypto transaction is not as big as a Christopher Nolan's film. And it's also fast. It's not as long as a Christopher Nolan's film again, right? So much so that the stable coins do a fabulous job. If you look at the last 4 years, we've been saying that we are in a crypto winter. But if you look at stable coins, I don't think anybody told the stable coins that it's a crypto winter. We've been hitting like $1 trillion worth of transactions every year. So it's becoming affordable. Stable coins are finally stable, with being regulated, backed by assets, et cetera, et cetera. So it means the time has come. And hence, we built PAYCIO, which enables crypto payments using mobile numbers. It's super easy to use. It has super low fee, thanks to the chains. It's fun and rewarding, and it's also verifiable for the businesses. And when we say that we are a super app, we actually mean it. Just imagine, even if the user in front of you doesn't use PAYCIO, you can still make a crypto payment using his mobile number. We enable cross-chain payments. You don't need to worry about what chain. Do you have the gas fee on that chain or not, et cetera, et cetera. You can make an in-store payment. It's non-custodial. You can make bill payments. You can do e-commerce purchases. And we have a superpower. That is that you can also do a payment without internet, especially in the countries where there is poor internet penetration. Where have we reached till now? We are fairly a new company. We've been building it for 1.5 years. By now, we're live in 100+ countries with 500,000+ users. There's one thing which we're proud about, that out of our users, almost 22% are first-time crypto users. Almost 1.5 million transactions done already. A lot of businesses, use us. Fabulous, kind of partners onboarded, such as NVIDIA, to name a few. From taxis to airplanes, from e-commerce purchases to VAT refunds, PAYCIO is used by businesses and consumers in Europe, and now we'll be going soon live in the UAE. And one of my favorite guys, Louis Garcia, the Liverpool legend, is also our ambassador. Thanks to him for believing in us. And there's this one slide which actually keeps motivating us at PAYCIO, that it's time of mass adoption is coming, because we're actually matching the internet adoption users if you look at this graph back here. A quick shilling of the team, that's me. We have my co-founder and partner, Sunil here. Can you just stand up, Sunil? Just catch hold of him. He's the tech brain behind this. We have an amazing team. Catch hold of these people around the booth here. And we have a fabulous set of advisors and backers. I'll just leave that slide there for a while for you to, for us to brag a little. But there's one thing which I want to also emphasize here. That, as they say, there's nothing more powerful than an idea whose time has come. I think crypto's mass adoption time has come. And we are trying to contribute our bit in this game, in this journey. Our vision is to get the next new 100 million users into the digital assets ecosystem. So if you guys believe that crypto is the future of money, we at PAYCIO are the future of smart payments. So my submission is that if you need to actually hit 1 billion crypto users, there is only 4 things, prima facie, which we all collectively need to do. One is simple user experience, that it can be taken to our parents and grandparents to be used. It has to be cost-effective. It has to be true to the Web3 ethos when we say that it has to be decentralized. Because I truly believe that we cannot compromise practicality for decentralization. There has to be a midway. And lastly, compliant. We are not here to fight with the government, right? We are here to actually probably work with them. We are not against any currencies. We are actually here to enable people to keep money moving in the right way, in the real valued way. On that note, I would ask you all to come join this journey with PAYCIO. We look forward to changing the world. Thank you.